everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents on what they love about being a part of Flagler County. So today I'm super excited to have my guest, Miss Sherry Peck, with us today. Sherry, thank you so much for the time today. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you so much for having me today, Macy. I've been looking forward to joining your podcast for a while. I've seen some pretty amazing episodes that you've done. So thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I know you have an amazing story and you're going to share that in just a few moments. But yeah, Sherry and I met a little while ago. I want to say maybe like almost 4 months ago at this point, which
Right?
is crazy to think
I
about.
know.
But she's always bringing so much joy when I see her on the daily accountability calls. When she pops in, she always brings up so much joy. So I'm excited. So Sherry, why don't you kick us off and tell me a little bit about your journey coming here to Palm Coast? And how's that been?
Yeah, awesome. So my family moved here almost 7 years ago. It'll be 7 years here in August.
Oh,
And it's gone so fast. I feel like we just got here. But we moved here from Western New York. We lived up there where my in-laws live. But the winters up there are a little rough. So the sunshine and warmer temperatures kind of brought us down here. We lived in Colorado. Most of my life I lived in Colorado. So I kind of consider that home. But moving down here to Palm Coast and Flagler County has been quite an adventure for us. We've never lived along near the beach and in a tropical place. So it's been really a nice experience coming down here. We never even had set foot in Palm Coast before we moved here. We just saw it
wow.
on the map and it sounded pretty.
That's so funny. Oh, it's so great to hear that you were born and raised, from what I understand, in Colorado, and then moving from Colorado where there's so many mountains. I've heard it's such a culture shock coming down to Florida where it's just completely flat.
Flat. Exactly. I spent most of my life in Colorado. I was born in the Midwest in
Okay,
Ohio,
gotcha.
but most of my life out there. And yes, hiking and mountains. And we even lived in the mountains for a while. So the mountains are kind of in our blood, and Florida is a little bit flat for us. But
Well, yeah,
the
I
temperatures have won us over.
yeah, I mean it can get hard to beat when you don't have to defrost, you don't have to wait to start your car a little bit earlier, all of those things, so many layers. But I've been to the west a lot and I've seen all the mountains and like they're so pretty. But I remember one time one of my friends, she had come from was it Seattle, right? And they have so many mountains
Um,
over there. She came all the way to the Midwest and she's like it was genuinely like shocking to her to like see the flat lands and like I was like, "Oh, I mean, I guess I've never really considered that much." So it's one of those things where, you don't really
yeah,
know until you know, which I think is funny. Um,
right.
but I would love for you to talk a little bit on your story on how you got involved with wellness, and what you're doing
Yeah.
right now. So go ahead and take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, my husband and I came across a wellness company years ago. It was probably almost 12 years ago now. We had just lost my mother to cancer, and she was really young. And then we had an experience with our youngest son where he had accidentally ingested Lysol and it shut down his central nervous system. He was completely unresponsive. And we had two different ambulance rides that day, two different hospitals. We thought we were losing him. And just the idea that it was something I thought I was using to protect my family that almost took his life was terrifying to me. And so we actually ended up partnering with the wellness company to help us initially to just detox our own home and to switch to safer, healthier options that could help protect our family. And in doing that, we found things like asthma got better, allergies got better. My oldest son, we thought he had Tourette's syndrome, and those symptoms literally just went away. So, some way, shape, or form, some of the chemicals that were in our home were literally making us sick, and we had no idea.
Wow.
So, experiencing this firsthand made us really look at the company and the mission and just want to help other people to find that and to be able to live their healthiest lives. And so we partnered with them, and I now get to do online tours and I do wellness events where I do the educational piece, and I help people get access to a store that just has some really just much safer options to be able to deal with certain health issues they may be struggling with, or certain, you know, respiratory issues, or, whether it be, physical or environmental, whatever that is, financial. We're always looking for partners, but we just want people to live their best lives. And it's really become quite a mission for the last 12 years.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. I didn't even know about your son with the with Tourette's, or he was experiencing the symptoms, and
Right.
it's insane for us to think that we kind of have to cope with some of the things health wise that we deal with, right? Like I know allergy season, especially down here in Florida, is insane, and there's
Crazy.
people who are just like, oh, it's fine. It's just something that our body is, we
Mhm.
have to deal with. But hearing from your story, it sounds like there are so many avenues that people just don't know that they can look
Right.
and see if there's small, subtle changes they can make in their household to really
Right.
improve their lifestyle.
Exactly. I thought I had to just deal with allergies and asthma my whole life. I was taking the allergy pills. I was even getting shots for my allergies
Wow.
and an inhaler for my asthma. And honestly, since we made those changes, we detoxed everything. We got on, they have some really good nutrition and supplementing and things. And since we've made those changes, I've not taken an allergy pill or used my inhaler in, gosh, it'll be 12 years
Wow,
really
that's
soon.
amazing. That's
So
crazy.
people don't have to live sick and ill and struggle. Like, sometimes it is, not always. I'm not a doctor and we can't make any promises,
Right.
but sometimes it can just be subtle changes, like you said, that we can make in our homes or in and around our bodies that really can make a big difference.
Mhm. I know there's always this stigma associated with going more natural is that people think they have to start sacrificing their life, right? They can't have the fun things
Mm,
in life. I'd love for you to talk about a few of the products or small subtle changes that
sure.
you or your clients have made that, you're not sacrificing your entire lifestyle, right? You're not enjoying anything. But what are some of the
Right.
things that you guys did for your family?
The first things that we were looking at were cleaners, just because of what we went through with our son. So we switched the laundry cleaners. I mean, what kind of soap we use in our laundry is on our skin 24/7, and we sleep in it. And so many of the brands out there, they have chemicals they have carcinogens, and so we really looked at laundry and cleaners first. But then we started realizing that, well, what are we washing with? And what are we washing our hair with and putting on our skin? It only takes 26 seconds to hit our bloodstream through our
Wow.
skin. So whatever lotions, potions, fragrant, whatever we're putting on our bodies ends up in our bloodstream. And so we kind of shifted then and started switching bath and body products, hair products, cosmetics. I didn't realize how many chemicals are in makeup until I started learning about this stuff. So switching skincare and hair care and makeup and things, and now, gosh, coffee and snacks, and they even have a ranch that has beef that is 100% no hormones, no antibiotics. Um, is fully vertically integrated. It's amazing to have access to such high quality beef. But the price points, like you said, so many people think when they make changes like this, it's going to cost a fortune because they're used to places like Whole Foods, or I call them whole paycheck. It's expensive for people to shop more natural, right? But with the wellness company, we've just found that we actually save money. It costs less. I mean, we're paying what, 20 cents a load for laundry detergent. We're paying,
Wow.
about $1 a bottle for our cleaners. And it really can save us some money. And then when you think along the lines of supplements and things like that, I'm paying a little bit more for supplements than I used to because the quality is there, but we don't have the doctor bills like we
Mhm.
used to. We don't get sick like we used to. So we have noticed quite a bit of a savings by making changes like this. And when you have your health and you feel better, you're able to live more fully, right? You're
Yeah.
able to, we're so active. We love doing things outside and doing active things. And if we're sick and we're not feeling good, you don't want to do those things. So it's
Definitely.
all kind of connected.
Exactly. We don't really realize how connected some things are until we start making those changes and we notice like, "Oh, I didn't realize like this that I was drinking was making me feel like this," which is a huge thing, Like I know a lot of my
Yeah.
friends some of my friends drink matcha instead of coffee because it
Mhm.
wasn't until they switched to this other tea that they noticed that, hey, coffee is making me jittery and I'm not supposed to be like that, right?
Right,
So it's
right.
small things like that we don't even notice until something like that happens. So, Sherry, thank you
Yeah,
so much for coming on, sharing a
of
few minutes.
course.
This is an amazing story, and you're doing a lot of great things. I know a lot of
Thank
the
you.
products that we've used. Like I know I have personally, my family has eczema, a history of eczema, and so I have like
Yes.
this annoying little patch on my
Mm.
hand that gets irritated so often. But we use the soap that you've provided and things like that, and it's made a really helpful, positive difference, right?
Oh,
So I
yay.
appreciate you coming on and sharing a few minutes with me. This has been really educational and fun. I think learning about all these different things that I didn't even realize.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you having me, Macy. I appreciate all you do
Oh,
here
thank
in
you.
Flagler County for businesses and getting people connected, and just appreciate all you do as well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. Well, this was a lot of fun. So thank you again for your time. And to everyone watching, I really appreciate you as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.